Guys, in this video today, I'm about to give you the full tournament experience. I'm going to go over how I prepare for the tournament, just a couple little things that I do that might help you in your next tournament as well. Then we're going to go through the tournament, give you the full report, talk about the things that I think we messed up on, or the things that we did pretty good with. Now guys, let's get into it. So it's about 1 o'clock. I just got out here to the lake, and started to already go out here and graph out here. I'm in the, kind of the lower mid-lake section of the lake, and out here on the main lake point, the mouth of a creek. And now guys, the conditions as you see today, and guys, I'm sorry, but my screen recording, and this ain't, Lorraine says it wouldn't work with my phone today on the screen recording, so you don't got that. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of this point, and also show where I'm out in the Navionics right now. But I'm out here, like I said, kind of main lake-ish, mouth of a creek, kind of right there on it. And as you see the conditions today, guys, the conditions is windy, okay? And today would be a day that, man, somebody's catching them shallow. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. And what's the water temp, man? I haven't even looked. That part of my deal, I don't have the water temp. Water temp's 51 degrees. Yeah, someone's hammering them shallow. So guys, I came here to check this point, and I hadn't seen bait fish, but I saw some nice rock, some little bit divots out there, and I've never fished this before, okay? So, but tomorrow, guys, the conditions is gonna be sunny. It's gonna get warm throughout the day. Not much wind. So, you know, I'm checking some of these offshore areas just to see if there is some bait fishing activity. But guys, they could be up shallower and then push back out. And like I said, so, and guys, in this tournament too, it's a team tournament, and my partner, Carson Humphrey, who was on the podcast with me, been on another video with me before, guys, he just texted me right there. But guys, he's been out here doing pretty well. He won the tournament 2 weeks ago. And he's been catching fish, so he's kind of on some fish, but we know it changes, and he's had a lot of success on this lake. I hate this lake. I'll tell you that, guys, right now. I don't fish it a lot. I'm about to start fishing it more, being as close as it is. So guys, what Carson wanted me to do is try to go out and find potential offshore fish for the conditions tomorrow. Just the no wind, bright sun, it gets warmer. So guys, I'm gonna come out here and just kind of check a couple things. Saw some little rock out here that I liked, and I'm just gonna, that's kind of my deal today, what I am doing. Okay guys, so me, like I said, looking at the deep dive app and kind of comparing it to what my partner wants me to kind of try to find a little bit of an offshore deal. And he's caught fish offshore out here, and even recently, a couple days ago when he was practicing, he found some fish offshore, but the conditions, but he just wanted me to try it too, so I'm sticking to that. But today, guys, we would whack them shallow. So looking at the offshore, if I go to the top baits category, there's a swing head jig, and it kind of goes through deals, but I see this right here, and this is something kind of what I like. Now with these, it has your cover here, rock, and that's what I was just looking at, guys, is the rock, bait fish. Then you have the structure, and that's one thing I'm about to go do, is try to find some ditches to kind of graph. I'm kind of doing a ridge and a shoal right now, okay? And then, so you can also, of course, hey, the swing head jig and the football jig, you can throw those on rock as well, okay? I just know that a lot of these fish here see these two things. There's your drop shot, crankbait, your finesse swim bait. Now, let's just say if we did click finesse swim bait, what's it going to say? It's going to say first half of creeks, okay? There's your bait fish. It's saying now boulders, then brush piles. So not really like rock, but boulders. There's the rock pile. Your ditches, your ridge shoals, roll beds, rounded points is something interesting. So what I'm going to try to do, guys, I'm going to go to another section of the lake and try to kind of look for these areas, look for these structures, and then if bait fish is there, great. But if I see rock, I'm going to then drop that scope and see if I can see fish on it. All right, guys. So what I've done, as I was graphing out here, I saw some fish tight to the bottom, and I'm like, right there, that might not be a fish. And I've already thrown it a couple, and they are tight out here off this kind of this drop to the channel off this point. And I've already went over some, like I said, through them, guys. Like that's not a fish right there, but they weren't bass, because they didn't care for like 3 lures. I dropped a hair jig on them, then I threw a big spoon at them, got the spoon down there to them, and like they just moved and swam right by it. So tells me that, of course, they're not bass, or they would at least be attracted to it. Seen some fish up there shallower too, and they don't want anything either. So like they are really tight to the bottom. That's sometimes it happens in the cold. Everybody just thinks, like that right there, how you see that's real close to that there in the picture. I know I need to get this thing back down. But a lot of people think with a live scope use target suspended fish, but I like to target those fish that are on the bottom. Be cool if I found some more. They were back there. So like I said, I graphed guys, saw some dots that were tight, and they were good sized dots. So I knew that they were either big bass or, you know, catfish, whatever else, you know, is down there on the bottom. I wish I had some chicken liver to throw and see. Like right there, you see, I'm looking behind me. That's one of them. You see how they're moving, okay? And so anyway, I know, I mean, the boat's moving too. So you're probably like, well, no, the boat's moving. But earlier, guys, like I said, I found 3, dude, and I found them, dropped the big old spoon on them just to see if they would be interested, and they weren't. So about to move, guys. I've been here for 20 minutes, which is probably about enough time. All right, so let's go. I don't believe I just caught that dude. Giant. Hey guys, just a practice report. Kind of a little bit of a practice report. Just got done talking to my man Stetson Blaylock here. Then I kind of remembered I needed to do this this report, guys. So I'll just go ahead and tell you. I just caught a 7.2. All right, I don't know if I'm going to show you guys the footage. I might show you a picture. It's never good to catch a 7-pounder the day before the tournament. Actually, a couple hours before the tournament, right? Guys, but what I kind of got on is not really main lake-ish, more mouth of creeks, which if we go back to the deep dive app, on those baits and patterns, it talked about the mouth of the creeks. Now, but what I was doing today, you know, as I talked about earlier in the video, I was thinking about tomorrow, thinking about the warmer day, the sun conditions, no wind, and thinking about trying to find some offshore fish. Now, my partner, Carson, this me and Stetson were even talking about. Stetson respects Carson out here and knows he can catch them, but, you know, Carson can catch them deep and shallow. And so that's what part of us, this team tournament, and both of us kind of, him having history and knowing the lake, and then me just saying, hey, go out and try to find some offshore fish. So, you know, we kind of just going to come together. So I was trying today again to find kind of an offshore deal. Now with it, guys, it was more of a bait fish thing. You know, graphing, looking for bait, but there's baits in the mouths of some of these creeks. And then, you know, you would see bass on the 2D sonar. Hopefully I got pictures for you guys. You would see the bass at times. Now, if there were groups of them, man, they were stripers or white bass, okay? But the couple blacks I caught were just loners, okay? I didn't just catch or see 2 or 3, which was pretty weird. I've already put up all my tackle. Caught them on a jig head minnow style, Demiki rig style, and it's been fun, you know. And I know some of you guys don't have forward facing sonar. I'm going to show you guys a couple clips here of me catching a couple. But guys, I know you might not have the forward facing sonar, and if you don't, hope you're just learning from it. But let's say I didn't have it, what I would do, I would probably be still, if I see bait fish around these points, I'm going to be staying around the points. And there's wind blowing right now. Now, tomorrow in the tournament, there wouldn't be wind, so I would come back and throw a jig on them. I would drop back, throw a jig, swim bait as well off of them, okay? That's if I didn't have it. That's where my mind would be. Now, this tournament, no Alabama rigs, as I said earlier, which fired up about. Don't got to worry about the Alabama rig. And guys, so hopefully it turns out well tomorrow. Yeah, Stetson just put some pressure on me, said we should have a chance. But guys, there's gonna be some hammers in this derby, I'm telling you. Some of the best around this area. And well, that's how you get good at tournament fishing. But guys, you know me, I'm not a big tournament guy. You know, I've had success this year in tournaments. The high school tournaments, man, we've done really well. My tournaments back home I fished in, man, I've made money in everywhere I fished. So it's been a good year, so hopefully we can finish this one off. You're watching this in 2024, but it is 2023 when I'm still videoing it, guys. So, man, let's go out. I'm excited about tomorrow. If you guys can't tell, probably all over the place. Let's go get in the tournament. Every day.
So you're good.
He's showing me where tackle is, telling me what I need to do. But I'm just gonna be the net man today. Say morning, Carson.
What's up? We're about to go catch some fish, man.
About to go try to catch. It's cold, guys. It's 27 degrees. We got ice on the boat. Uh-oh. The brownings. A lot of sticks out here today. Gonna go out here and have a good time though. It's cold. Water showing 47.
Catfish. Cool. Wouldn't it be up to see it splash though? Like the one more up?
Filming this thing. Live scope. Get the transducer fixed up. We got 4 in the box right now. 2 that will help us. 2 that we need to get rid of. Been a kind of good little morning. No missed opportunities really. Crankbait. I think that's been it.
Crazy.
The juice. Guys, you might be able to hear me because that's a 4-stroke back there in my boat. I don't got a 4-stroke. All right, guys, it's kind of an 11 o'clock update. I think it's 11 o'clock. I don't know what time it is, but what time is it? Yeah, 11 o'clock update. Got 4 in the box, and kind of comparing it to the deep dive app. The deep dive app, guys, if you pick the top baits tool, it's going to give you your baits, and there's a variety of baits there. As we said, the umbrella rig, which is there, is off limits. But it has a crankbait up there, jerk bait for shallow fish. Offshore fish, it had the jig, crankbait, if I remember, jig and spoon. And it was all kind of, you know, mouth of creeks is what it was kind of on. And that's kind of, I think, so far, we've caught ours close to mouth of creeks. So pretty interesting. We're going to switch it up a little bit, try some different stuff out. And see if we can go, we need to, you know, get us a big one. We need us a kicker. We did go throw it some deeper fish earlier. And there's some big ones there, and we couldn't get them to commit. But man, we both had 2 that were close. I mean, they were right there on it. Carson actually had 1 nick it. He thought he had it on for a second. But anyway, guys, we're gonna keep at it. We'll take him.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you can go right there.
That's a good one.
Good one?
Yeah. Yeah, it will. It was just so far out there.
Look at that.
Huh?
See off the freaking hard bottom, dude. I'm telling you. There he is. Big and
Help.
that's a fat one.
It's gonna help. Guys, it's 2:54. He's making 1 more cast. We're close to the ramp, but man, got a decent bag, but we just didn't get that big bite today. So we're gonna go and weigh in here. See, our 2 smallest that we have are 235 and 238. Didn't weigh the other 3, so Carson's not gonna play it close, which is fine. So guys, I'm gonna get into the tournament recap here. I wish I would have done this at the boat ramp, but I kind of got tied up talking to people, and then man, I had to go do some traveling with my family for New Year's. And also, guys, just real quick with the footage, you might have saw the camera set up like it was because I was protecting Carson's stuff, a lot of stuff he's fishing, and like small people, you know, I'm just trying to protect him and kind of what stuff he's found. So hopefully, guys, you respect that, okay? Guys, went up at 12.5 pounds. I've not seen official results posted, so I don't know officially where we're at. 5th, 6th, I think the Brownings had a little bit more than us. They might have been 4th. Crap, guys, I don't want to get, no. I do know 16 won, 14 second, 13 was 3rd. And like I said, there was probably some other bags, 12 to 12.5. We all were right there. So, which mean like we were mad about the day, but if you're getting pretty, Carson, for example, and some other guys, man, if you catch 12 pounds and you're mad at Hamilton, I mean, you're probably, you know, a lot of people go out there would love to catch 12 pounds at Hamilton this time of year. But what happened is we never got the big bite. We never did. We didn't lose it. We didn't, it wasn't like an execution thing. We just never got the bite. And that happens. So, caught a lot of fish on the day. Caught over 15 fish, I think. Carson caught the majority of the fish. And I'm going to go on that here in a second. And so, guys, but the guys that won, top-notch anglers in the area. All the anglers, they were pretty good. And so, guys, it's fun for me just to be a part of it and go out and fish a tournament, you know, at the end of the year and kind of go through the process. So, guys, how we end up catching our fish, I'm going to go over. I got some baits here and talk about. And I'm going to talk about, I think, like what we could have done better and maybe wrong. Okay, so for you guys learning experience and for us too, because I've already kind of talked to Carson about it. The offshore fish, we couldn't get them to bite, and that's where I failed. That was part of the deal. I mean, Carson catch them offshore, but like that was what my part of the team was. I didn't contribute, do my deal. If I go out there and we caught one fish in that 25 to 50 foot zone, that was big, we might win the tournament. But I didn't get it done that day. Just didn't. And that happens. Practice-wise, I caught some good fish. I didn't just catch them all in one area. I showed y'all a couple fish catches, but I hopped around and kind of got on a little deal. In that area where I caught that 7, there was 3 more there, and we threw at them in the tournament. I mean, we did. We just couldn't get them to bite. So, how we caught our fish, though, mouths of creeks, off your rounded points, and maybe even ridges off of the points, okay? Like kind of ridges. All right, now, rock bottom and stumps, okay? Now, the rock is key because they're like patches of it. Okay, it's not like these points that are rounded. The lake's 5 foot low. You might look up there on these points, and it's just like little bitty rock, you know, or it's kind of sand bottom, whatever. But there's better rock off of it, and you might not see them all on side scan. Carson's found a lot of these just by fishing. Okay, by fishing. He has a forward-facing sonar, as you guys saw, but it's the 32, and it's a lot different than the 34. You know, okay, guys, who are watching, just you know. That dude right there that's a 34 transducer is a lot more powerful, see more than 32. But he's found a lot of this fishing throughout the years of him fishing. So there's rock spots off of these. We're catching them anywhere in 2 to 8 foot, okay? The stumps is another one, okay? So there's stumps, and sometimes you can see on the points the stumps or the shoals, the kind of the ridges that would come off, and they would just be kind of further out. And so that was our 2 pieces of cover, but Mouth of Creeks was pretty critical to it, which was pretty neat with the Deep Dive app. I'm not going to lie, the Deep Dive app kind of went to that, said Mouth of Creeks. The best pattern for the tournament patterns on the Deep Dive app said mid-lake area. We fished mid to lower, spent most of our time in the lower section, but that mid-section, you know, we actually started off in there and caught some fish there. So, pretty neat with that as well. Most of the midsection were like your rock points, and guys that watch Hamilton, and if you don't, the guys that watch and know Hamilton know what I'm talking about, but if you're not, I'm going to try to explain it. There's these rock points on the main lake, and some of them just look like a chunk rock, big rock, but then some of them have a rock, and then there's like a rock transition. Those rock transition areas, very, very key. Now, the baits, guys, okay, you saw some of it there, and there's one thing I'm going to talk about, too, that we had one fish go to the 5, and now I'm going to talk about that after how, like, I think we could have done more of potentially. Call on crankbaits. Crankbaits I start off with, which is a bigger one. This is the Little John XL 70 DD. It's a 7 to 9 foot diver. I wanted it to be a little deeper diving to bang off them rocks. Okay, I don't know what the name of this color is, but I like it. You know, Carson's crankbaits. I mean, we switched throughout the day. Okay, we went from, I'm like trying to look, the Rapalas. Okay, the Octafo. What's that? That's. We got the Fritz side. We have the DT6. What's another one we threw? We threw this other flat side, the 6 cents flat side. Guys, we threw like, I'm trying to get to it. We threw like 7 different crankbaits this day. We kept changing up the crankbait. Sometimes the color, we threw 3 or 4 different colors. We went all red, red, yellow, red, purple. That color here, like I just tried to show you, the straight, you know, crawdad style. Here's a Fritz sides here. Guys, we kept switching it up, trying to see if there was just one in particular that might get it going or get the bigger bite. Couldn't really figure it out that day, okay? Like there wasn't just one in that just stood out. Where is that one? I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna get mad about that Rapala. I got one in here. Here it is. This dude. Wow, look at all these guys coming out. This guy right here, which they're all stuck together. This is the old bomber. I probably should have brought it. But these two dudes right here, the OG Slim. That's it. The OG Slim, okay? Guys, I didn't bring much lures. We're in Carson's boat. I only brought a couple, okay? So I didn't bring those. But we threw the OG Slim. There was a silent one that might have came into play. Okay, a silent crankbait, just to throw that out there. What else we also did was lipless crankbait. Once again, I got a whole box of lipless crankbaits. Strike King Red Eye Shad. Threw that in like 4 colors throughout the day, all crawl style patterns. He was throwing another one as well. You might have seen there's a fish clip there, man. I don't know the brand already. I forgot. I mean, because he kept switching them out as well. Guys, in practice and for the deeper fish, it was just a little jig head minnow. Queen tackle jig head, and then this is Strike King 3Z2. That's why I caught that big one with in practice and others as well. Couldn't get it done on the day of the tournament. And guys, the one thing that he did do, that we only did it once, and I wish we kind of done more, he went and we fished some docks. Okay, this was the one thing that was not really on the deep dive app that he did that was interesting. Okay, so we went to some docks that was in the middle of a creek, and this dude started flipping his jig. Okay, there you go. Y'all saw a fish clip of it. Yeah, and this one thing, we middle of a creek, we went and flipped. I mean, dude started pulled out his jig box and started flipping a jig, and I'm just like, what are we doing? And we caught one fish that helped. And after the tournament, I kind of called. I was like, man, why didn't we try that some more as the day went on? And he had more docks to try. There's so many docks on that lake. Guys, let me know what you think about this style of video. Leave me some comments, leave me some feedback, please. If you want me to do more videos like this with the tournaments that I do, I'll do it. I've done a couple of these with the high school, and maybe not much of in depth, okay? But once again, appreciate the comments. Thank you for watching, and hey, we'll see you on the next one.